All right, I think we can get started. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm on the marketing team here at Northland, and I wanted to welcome you to today's webinar. This morning, we'll be talking about how our contact center as a service tool can help enhance both your customer and employee experience. A few things to just go over really quickly before we get started. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a Q&A box. If at any point during the presentation you have a question, you can just put it right in there and we can get those answered right at the end. And this morning we have Jon Florence and Cabron Beard here from Xima with us. We're nearing 10 years of partnering with Xima and have had a long-term relationship with Jon when he was a sales engineer. The company based in Utah has grown from reporting software company to providing advanced omnichannel contact centers. Today, Jon is going to talk to you guys all about our contact center as a service tool and give you a brief demonstration on how that works. And with that, I can turn it right over to Jon.
Thank you, Sarah, and thanks everyone for jumping on here today. I'm excited to show you what Xima CCaaS really can do for you from a lot of different perspectives, how it can enhance your business unlimited experience, how it can enhance your customer's experience. What tools does it provide you, both from a supervisor as well as agent experience? And I'll show that, showing some bullet points, some PowerPoint presentations, as well as a live demonstration. I really want you to see what Xima CCaaS can provide your environment. Now, as I go through this demonstration, please feel free, ask any questions, comments as they come to you. Again, I've got Cabron Beard on here, who's very familiar with the solution, works with the Northland team, has for many years, as well as myself. And then the Northland team has been trained up and they know Xima CCaaS, and of course the Business Unlimited product as well. So please feel free. Let's keep this as interactive as possible. And then we also have some time at the end as well. So first, what is Xima CCaaS? Why would you want this? Why would you need this for Business Unlimited? Can't Business Unlimited route the calls? It can. This just kind of enhances it to the next level where maybe you want to route calls intelligently to a certain set of agents. This can do skills-based routing. It can also provide the most idle options as well, but or ensure that your customers talk with the most available and ready agent. It also provides queue callback. Now, I'll dive into this a little bit more throughout today's presentation, but this is a phenomenal feature that can be made available to any customer shape and size. Really, the whole purpose of this is to improve the customer experience and help lower your abandonment rate. Why do typically most customers hang up while in queue? Just too long of a wait time, too many callers ahead of them. But oftentimes it's seen when they can have the system call back when it's their turn, they'll opt for that option instead of hanging up. And I'll go over a little bit more of what options you have within the queue callback because you can customize this even further, but we'll get to there here in a bit. The other big difference what Xima CCaaS helps with is its detailed reporting, both in real time as well as historical. You can customize the displays to match the exact values that you need to monitor about your office. So even if you're not a contact center, you don't consider yourself a true contact center, but you have those calls routing to a group of agents. Well, how do you know if that is the most effective or efficient? CCaaS can help you determine that. Even, just route it to the most idle agent. Okay, well, how quickly are we getting those calls? Do we need to add office or employees to this group, or is it overstaffed? You can see that in real time and run historical reports on that information, showing you when your peak times are, when are your busy hours, when are you staffed appropriately or maybe not. Okay, and that again comes with the detailed reporting, which I'll show in that live demonstration. Now, the nice thing about Xima CCaaS is it's not a heavy lift. It's not a huge change in your business process or what your agents are using. They're going to use the same phone device that they use for all calls, the same phone device that is registered to Business Unlimited. So they're going to use the same soft phone, the same cell phone app, the same physical SIP phone for all types of calls. Contact center calls, direct inbound calls, outbound calls, internal calls. And then if they're on the phone or if they're on Do Not Disturb, the system recognizes that. They see that they're not available, so it doesn't route them that contact center calls. If they're logged in and they're available, it routes those contact center calls to them, and then you can run reports. You know, how quickly did they answer that call? Did they miss any of these? Does this seem to be a pattern? And it doesn't matter if they're in the office or remote as a home office worker. Works the same for both. We also have an additional way to communicate with your customers, web chat routing. So based if the customer goes to your website, you can have it route web chats to available agents. And it can route to different sets of agents based off where they're at within your web page, your different URLs. It can route to the appropriate team member, and they can communicate via web chat if they want. And you have the same real-time and historical reporting on the web chat. How many people chat with us? What did they chat about? What are they doing? Now within Xima Seacast, the little design element here, the licenses are concurrent, meaning they're shared licenses. So technically, because it's using the same device within Business Unlimited, you could license or add everyone within the organization to a queue or a group. But it doesn't consume a license until they log into the contact center. So maybe you have an office staff of 5 agents, but when we get busy, I want to be able to allow these 2 other people log in. You can do that. Okay, and again, it only consumes a license when they log in. Now, within Xima Seacast, you have unlimited supervisor licenses. So meaning employees or staff members, managers that need to run reports, that need to monitor the agents, to see what's happening right now within the contact center, within those queues, how many callers are waiting, who's waiting, and make real-time decisions. Do I need additional staff to be logged in? Do I want to transfer this call in and out of the queue? You have those options and unlimited supervisor options. So let's talk about the customer experience. What do I mean by that? This is what your customer experiences or hears when they call into your organization. This is where Xima Seacast can really enhance the Business Unlimited queues or groups, because it can provide that enhanced routing, that skills-based routing. You can also add web chat. And on a per queue basis, you can customize the announcements that play. Some standard or default announcements are position in queue, estimated wait time. If you'd like a queue callback, press 1. Those are your standard announcements, but you can create custom announcements. Hey, due to inclement weather, we're experiencing long wait times. Hey, due to the pandemic, we're a little short-staffed. Whatever it is you want to say. And those default announcements, I should say, are available in 8 different languages. So if you have a need for different language support, it's available in English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French, German, Russian, and Chinese. But you can customize those default announcements as well. Hey, I don't want to just say, hey, for a queue callback, press 1 now. Maybe I want to say, hey, thanks for calling our office. We can call you back when it's your turn. Press 1 now to do that. You can customize the default announcements as well. In between the announcements, what music do you want them to hear? Maybe if they called in on the sales line, you want it to play some sales music or a promotional message. But if they call into support, let's just play our support music. There's default musics, or you can upload your own queue music. You can also have it timeout. Okay, if they're still waiting in queue over 30 minutes, let's overflow them to a different queue, or let's force them to schedule a queue callback, or let's overflow them back to the operator. You can overflow and send this call wherever you want. Hey, let's ring John's cell phone. You can do that on a per time basis. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It can be 5 hours, 7 hours, 2 minutes. It's up to you. You can also have an immediate overflow if conditions are met. No agents are logged in right now. All your agents are busy, so immediately overflow. Or we have too many callers in queue. I don't want to tell people they're queue position 20. Let's have it overflow to a voicemail box or back to the operator or wherever you want to send that. Within the queue, you could say, press 1 now to leave us a message. Press 0 to reach the operator. And we can report on those details when they opt out of the queue. You can see those digit actions. You can reroute at the end of the day, and then you also get to determine what do you want to do with your agents if they miss a call. It happens, especially home office agents now. They get a contact center call. What do you want to do with them? Do you want to log them out of the contact center? Do you want to put them into a busy timer, or no, just keep presenting the call to them until they answer it or another agent becomes available? You have all those different options. And then what do I want to do with the agents after they finish the contact center call? Present them a call right away, or they need a little bit of time to finish up your business processes. That's where that agent experience comes in. You can determine the after call work timer, how long that time is, And well, what if they need more time? Ideally it takes 2 minutes, but what if it takes 4 minutes today? What if it was a very unique call? You can allow the agents to request more time or not. And again, you can see the report details if and whenever that happens. Okay, so let's talk now about queue callback. That's one of those add-ons or options. It's not an add-on from a license perspective, but it's optional. Some customers deploy this, some don't. Some deploy it on particular queues, some deploy it on all queues. Really, the focus here is to lower the abandonment rate. Lower your customers that call someone else. They call you back, you call them back when it's their turn. Now, you do get to determine the strategy. Okay, so it's going to hold their place in line. Do you want to call them back when they're first in line? Or do you want to just call them back when an agent's available? Oh, hey, Cabron's available now. Let's reserve Cabron. Call the customer back. Well, then you also get to determine, well, what if they don't answer? What if it calls, I got my video on, hopefully you can see me. What if you call my cell phone and I don't answer it? Well, you get to determine how many times you call back. 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, and how much time in between those calls do we wait? And while in between those times, you're going to help all the other customers in line. So again, that way you can ensure you get a hold of this customer. And you have full reporting in real time and historical to see, is this helping your business? What's happening with these queue callback calls? Are we getting a hold of more of these customers now? You can see all that in historical and real-time views. Where do you see that? It's the supervisor experience. These are your real-time wallboards. Now, sometimes when I say wallboards, people get confused. Is that up on a flat screen TV? Is that from my supervisor's PC? It can be both. It can be both. You can throw a display up on the flat screen TV or multiple flat screen TVs throughout the office. You can display it from my PC. What if my supervisors and managers are remote? Well, they can access it from their PC. It's all hosted in Google Cloud, so they can access it anywhere with an internet connection. I want to access it from my cell phone. I'm at a lunch appointment. What's happening in our contact center? Oh, okay, no calls in queue. You also have control as a supervisor. Well, what if Bill has been logged out for 30 minutes on a break? And that was only supposed to be a 10-minute break. I can log him back in. What if I have too many calls in queue? I can transfer that call in and out of the queue, and I'll show you the different options you have in there. You also have 30 standard plus reports that report on your agents, your skills in queues. You can report on each individual call, so you can see how many times a customer called you, or when are we busy, by hours out of the day, or days of the week, weeks of the year. You can run the reports in 5 different formats. PDF, Excel spreadsheet are probably the 2 most popular, but you can also select from CSV, HTML, and JSON. You can schedule the reports to run as often as you want. So, hey, once you have the reports you want, you don't even have to log in if you don't want to. You can just have the reports sent to you daily, hourly, weekly, monthly, however often you want. And then, oh, I get a report. Well, that's a little weird. What happened on this call? You have cradle to grave for your calls and chats, so you can verify what happened on the customer's call. Hey, I was in queue for 10 minutes. Very upset. Well, let's go see what happened here. Oh, I found your call, but it looks like you're only in queue for about 3.5 minutes. Sometimes that 3.5 minutes can feel like 10 minutes. Now you can validate that. You can verify what really happened. Now, the agents can also have a similar experience. Well, what do I want my agents to see? Do I want them to know when there's too many calls in queue? Do I want them to be how much time they've spent on break today? You can do that. You can have a personalized display for the agents so they can see their statistics as well as their team members if you want. I can now know when is a good time to go on break. When is a good time to go take my lunch break or team meetings. And I can tell my boss or supervisor, what am I doing? Because I can select from predefined busy reason codes. So now they know exactly why I'm on break. I can also provide additional details about my calls or chats. So that's great. I took 40 calls today, but what did I do on those calls? Was it a one-touch resolution? Did I open up a ticket for this customer? Did I transfer it to my supervisor? Did I transfer it to my coworker? What did I do with all those calls? I can provide additional details, which allows you to get a better picture from a reporting perspective, what's really happening within your office or your contact center. Okay, I'll share some examples when we get to a live use case. Okay, you can also have this screen pop. Well, I want it to pop up our CRM. It's designed to work with web-based CRMs, designed and documented for Salesforce, Zendesk, Zoho, HubSpot, Freshdesk, Microsoft Dynamics, I think I said Zendesk already. Currently working with a customer with NetSuite. So again, really designed and optimized for those web-based CRM applications. Okay, so let's now go to a live demonstration. I just gave you a lot of information over about 15 minutes there, but let me now show you what I mean here. What do I mean by all these different experiences here? So here I have my supervisor experience right now, and I can instantly see, oh, I've got 2 calls in queue and 1 queue callback. And because it's a web page, you can zoom in, making that a little easier to see. Well, what are my agents doing? Well, are these all my queues? Again, you have your different supervisor licenses. Right now it's looking at, 4 groups. This has got support in here. I don't want to see support. I just want to see my sales queues. What's happening with my sales queues? Oh, I do have 1 queue callback scheduled for sales right now. No active calls in queue, but 1 queue callback. Okay, so you can see those, and I can see my different agents. And there you can see myself. I'm on Do Not Disturb because I'm on a webinar demo. Okay, so my phone and my chat are not ready. Now, how do I log in? How do I make myself ready for the contact center as an agent? I'm going to use my contact center agent client so I can see what's happening. Luckily, again, no calls in queue. But yeah, I'm on Do Not Disturb right now. If I want to go off that state, I can do that, making myself available for both phone calls and web chats. I want to log in and out of particular skills. I can do that. I can log into all skills or just no skills. I'll just log into that demo skill for right now. And there I can see, oh yeah, I've got 6 agents logged in, 5 already. 1's on Do Not Disturb. That makes sense. So I know when's a good time to take a break, but maybe I want a different display. You can have different displays for the agents. And there I can see, oh, so far today, I've taken 18 minutes of Do Not Disturb time. If I go back in Do Not Disturb time, I can select my appropriate reason code, and I'll just say demo. But it's keeping track of it, my current D&D time and my total time. So these are my statistics. And if I placed a call into queue, I would see that here. So let me go ahead and do that here. Again, I can have it route straight to a queue. So I could have it go straight to the sales queue, or I can call into an IVR. So let me go ahead and do that here. We'll call into the IVR.
Hello, and thank you for calling.
I'll go into my appropriate skill.
Please note that our menu option.
And so now I have that call in queue, and I can see that queue. Well, why is it in queue? Because I'm not available. Now, while it's doing that, it's playing that customer experience. It's telling them, oh, your default messages. It's playing the queue callback option right now. We'll go ahead and minimize that while we put that call in queue, because I can now monitor that over here in my supervisor view. Oh yeah, there's that call in queue. Well, I'm going to go ahead and view that caller. Who is it? Shows the callers in a chronological order. So if you had 5 calls in queue, you would see each of those callers here, and you have transfer options. Okay, well, what if I want to transfer this over to an agent? I can transfer this to any agent, not just agents in this skill, any agent, or to an overflow skill. Let's send that somewhere else. Or to any dialable number. I want to send this just to the operator. Or an extension, a non-contact center agent. Let's send this over to Stephanie at her extension. Or let's send this over to Sarah's cell phone number. You can just put in, what number do you want to transfer that to? Now, I don't want to actually transfer that over here. I want to take that call. But as a supervisor, I can make myself available right now by disabling my Do Not Disturb state. I can log Jon Florence or myself in to my different skills. But as an agent, I can see that call in queue. So I know I better take this call. So I'm going to make myself available. And it's going to present me those call details. And I can see the customer details here. I can see, oh, it's coming in on the demo sales line, and it came through on the sales IVR. Now, what am I going to answer that call with? That with my Business Unlimited soft phone, okay, or Max UC soft phone. And on the right here, I can see some customer details. So I can see, oh, how long they waited. So I know what to say to them. A little sensitive. They've had a little bit long wait time. Now, inside this CRM or the screen pop here, this is where you could pop your CRM or pop to an external page. While I'm on the phone, I could also add notes about the call or account codes. Sometimes these are referred to as disposition codes or subject matter codes. And I can do that, again, while I'm on the phone or during my after-call work time. So my boss set 30 seconds for me. That should be enough time. So this is where I could say what I do about the call. Let me give you some use cases. I'll pick one, an insurance company. They had agents that took all types of calls, but they wanted to classify what type of insurance calls are we getting? And now I'm getting a little close, so I'm going to request some more time. So I want to know, did they call in because they needed to open a new claim? Did they call in because they wanted an update on their claim? Maybe the customer lost their insurance card and they just needed to request a new card. Now I can tag those details and I can do a primary account code, a sub-account code, or a custom account code, similar to a note. Just allows you to run additional report details on here. And now it's back to my screen. And there I could see, oh, one agent's on ACW. Well, that's me. I'm on an ACW state. Okay, again, just depends on what display you want, but it's keeping track of my ACW timer. So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm done. So that way I keep that low. You also get to determine what do you do with an agent if they miss a call. And this is important. As a call is going to come in, you're going to notice here,
Thank you for calling Xima.
it doesn't know, or the customer doesn't know that an agent's missing that call. So it's ringing me right now. It's ringing in my headset. But there you can hear that music. You can hear those messages. It's giving me my queue callback option while it's presenting to me. And you get to determine that agent ring time. And there I missed that call and it auto logged me out. So now I've been auto logged out because I missed that call. That's what I wanted to do with the agents if they miss a call. So now as a customer, I'm going to schedule that queue callback. I'm tired of waiting. You can read the phone number back, or you don't have to. You can have them enter a new number, but that number is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's good to go. And it's telling me I'm going to get a call back in about 2 minutes based off your estimated wait time. But now as a supervisor, again, I can see those. Oh, my queue callbacks actually looks like it's starting to stack up. But as a supervisor, you can use the supervisor view, which can be customized. So these values here can be customized as well as each individual agent values. But you can also customize these and build these within the wallboards. What is it you want to display? And as you can see, you can create as many wallboards as you want. There's not a limit to the number of wallboards that you want to display. If I wanted to create a new one, I just simply hit new wallboard and I can select from templates, import, or select a custom one. I've got a lot in here, so let's just go ahead and open up a wallboard. We'll open up this one. Okay, let that display. Now, if I want to change anything about this, there I can see instantly, oh, this is looking at all queues. So I want to adjust the wallboard. I want to edit that and edit the parameters. Yeah, let's look at not all agents. I want to select the agents I want. Okay, so we'll just pick on a few agents here. I've got a number of agents. We'll just select a handful here. Okay, and save. And then what skills do I want? Right now it's looking at all skills. So if I select 0, it's all of them, which there you can see it's a lot. I want to just do my demo sales queue. Okay, and in a matter of seconds, I just adjusted that wallboard, and there I can see, oh, my one queue call. It's been in there now for 1 minute and 32 seconds. No chats going on. Ooh, my average speed of answer here is not very good, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. You can change colors. You can have it play audible alarms. You can have it send pop screen messages to the agents, just like this missed call logout. Hey, too many calls in the overflow queue. Please help. You can have pop-up messages go to the agents, or you can have email or SMS text messages sent to agents, to supervisors, to anyone that needs to get those alerts if a threshold is hit. How do you want to be alerted? But you can change this wallboard to display anything you want. But as an agent, I know there's a pending queue callback here, so I'm going to re-enable my skill. And in this state, we did a reserve agent. So it holds me, makes me available, then calls the customer back. Limits the amount of wait time the customer has. So it's ringing me back now. And again, this might not be a good time. So I can accept it, or I could snooze that queue callback. You know, this is a good time, so I'm going to go ahead and accept it.
Thank you. An agent will assist you shortly.
And now it just bridges the two of us together, presents me that call so I can still see the caller details. Oh, okay, this is who the customer is. So if I need to greet them a certain way, maybe this is a priority customer, I can do that, and I still have my call details. Now from this same interface, we can also chat with our customers externally from our website. For today's demo purpose, I'm just going to use a simple blog spot here. Here you can see, oh, there's an agent available. So based off of the URL, you can route it to appropriate agents. And I have this blog routing to my demo skill. So I'm going to say, yeah, I want to chat with an agent. I'm going to say my name is, Bill Bob. We'll do bob@email.com because I know it's me. And that's going to present over to the agent just like a phone call. Oh, hey, Bill Bob's coming in. It's coming in on the demo cell. Do you want to accept this or reject it? But if I reject it, it's going to treat it like a missed call. In this case, a missed chat. So my boss can see that I missed it. So I'm going to go ahead and accept it. and you can have it auto respond. So I didn't type that out. That just automatically sent over to the customer. You can show your agent image if you want. You can show your logo. And I'm going to go ahead and say type here. I'll say hello, and that chimes over again in my headset, so I get that response. I can also send a default or a template message. So based off of this skill, I can select from different templates, or I'm not sure what you're talking about on our website. Can you send me a screenshot of what it is that you're looking at so I can request that screenshot? Just like the phone call, I can add notes and account codes. If I end this chat, it's ended the chat. The customer can also end the chat. And if they end the chat, or the agent does, they can save the chat log. So the customer can save the chat log there. The agent can also go review their past 200 phone calls and or web chats. So here's my web chat, but if I hit finish and I'm like, oh, I meant to add something to that, I can go view my history to view all my past calls and chats. There's my chat with Bill Bob. Oh, I meant to add an account code. Now I open up a ticket on that one. And now I can go back to my wallboard, or I'm still on that phone call, go back to my phone call, and I've been talking this whole time. So you can determine how many calls or chats can the agent handle. I'm available for chat, but maybe, I'm a one and done. If I'm on the phone, don't send me a chat. If I'm on a chat, don't send me a phone call. You get to customize that experience for the agent. What is it you want over here? Again, back to the after call work timer, the missed call work timer. The supervisors can monitor that in the wall boards, the displays, as well as in the reports. As I mentioned, there's over 30 standard reports. I want to see, which agents are answering phone calls and chats. Let's just run this for, wow, it's already June. Let's just run that for the last week. Oh, should have selected my start date first. Let's do the 24th through the 28th. Well, I'm not sure which agents are selected. I've got 5 here. Let's just go ahead and, let's go ahead and select a few. Let's go ahead and do Cabrin, Cody, Dave. We'll pick on myself here, Jensen, Jane, and we'll do Marcy. Okay, I can select my agents. I could add additional criteria to this as I want, time frame charts, days of the week. Let's just go ahead and run it for all agents here. I just picked a few at random here. It's going to show me their phone calls and their chats. So I can run whatever reports I want in real time, and it runs inside my interface. And I could click on this to see my top call leaders, but I could see who's answering chats, who's missing chats. If I want to edit this report, I can edit it. I'm not doing chats. I want to take those out. Or I want to download this. I need to send this to my supervisor or boss. I can download it in any one of those 5 different formats. But I can also schedule this report to run. So yeah, this report looks good, but I want this delivered to me. I can schedule it to run hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly. How often do you want the report? Where are my abandoned calls happening? Here's all my different abandoned calls, and I can see, was it in an IVR? Was it with a support queue? How long did the customer go there before they went abandoned? And there I can see I have some fairly quickly, under 30 seconds here. Maybe I don't want to count those. I can edit those calls out so I only see my values that I want. Or, wow, some of these callers were in here for a while. 9 minutes, what happened there? That's where you can dive into cradle to grave to see exactly what's happening. Let's just see what calls are happening today. Here I can see all my different calls and web chats. If I want to drill down into the call, here's a call that came in, rang to the IVR, went into support. They selected digit option 3. So again, you can see what button they pressed in the IVR. What happened? They scheduled that queue callback. Again, they got tired of waiting after 6.5 minutes, so they scheduled that queue callback. And we can go see when those callbacks happened. Here's that scheduled queue callback. And actually, I was the one that answered that. So you could see those scheduled queue callbacks, or you could see the web chats. How long did they wait on the website? What did they chat about? You can pop that text out, see those chats, see those different phone calls. You can see all those different details, again, if calls are being answered or missed, to see the full customer experience of what's happening on those calls. There's that demo call where I missed that call originally, schedule the queue callback. Again, that's where cradle to grave comes in, and you can see those account codes or notes that any agent put in there. So you can really see all those details on cradle to grave, the reports. And again, if we don't have the report you want, you can also create your report very easily. I want an agent report. Okay, what select from all the different predefined values, or you can customize them. So back to that abandoned calls, I want to make that a default. I don't ever want to count anything under 30 seconds. So let's adjust that value. Call duration had to be greater than 30 seconds to be considered abandoned. Okay? And it's going to build the report right in front of you so you can see the layout, make sure it's fitting exactly what you're looking for. Oh yeah, I got my abandoned calls, and now I just want to, how many calls is the agent's answering? Let's go ahead and add in our inbound call count. You can continue to build these as often as you want, just to kind of show how this really can help you. I've got one in here I created for a customer. I believe it's still here. No, looks like it got taken out. But basically, they wanted a report that was a call volume report that showed it by months of the year. And they wanted to see abandoned calls under 20 seconds and over 20 seconds. And they wanted to report by months of the year. Those are your time-based reports. So you can see, what's your call volume? What's your chat volume? When do those calls come in? And again, you can run that by hours out of the day, days of the week, weeks of the year, months of the year. A lot of different options you have for supervisors from a reports perspective. Okay. Now I know we wanted to try to keep things closer to about 30 minutes. So I'll go ahead and wrap up the live demo here. So let's go back. That's a very crash course, high level overview of details that happened within the phone system, within the contact center. What can you do next? You have a couple of options. You can schedule a demonstration with your Northland sales team or request pricing or a quote on this. Or you can select that today in the webinar demo. I believe there's an option in here where you can select, I want to learn more information about Xima CCaaS. So please feel free to reach out to your Northland sales team, your account manager, the support team knows the product as well. Any one of them would be happy to answer any questions, get myself or Cabrin involved. Be also happy to answer any questions that you have. So with that being said, let's go see if there's any questions in the chat. Looks like we've had 3 questions answered. I see the CRM one. So really any web-based CRM. From a web-based CRM perspective, again, the ones that we have documented is, Salesforce, Zoho, Zendesk are on there, but it also works with Freshdesk, Microsoft Dynamics, NetSuite. Feel like I'm missing one. So, but we have those documented. There's about 8 that we have documented, but also homegrown CRMs as well that are web-based. Okay. Another question from Liz. What is the typical customer profile of clients you support today? It really varies, Liz, from all different shapes and sizes. I would say from a contact center perspective, your traditional contact center, they really range from agents, probably 5 agents, up to 100, 200 agents. But I would say the average size customers, 5 to maybe 50 agents, somewhere in that sweet spot. But the other big thing is not all of them would consider a contact center. I'm not a contact center, but they're really looking for some more enhanced options of what to do with those callers if maybe the wait times are too long. It really augments or enhances the Business Unlimited profile because there's some default queues inside of Business Unlimited. This just provides some more enhanced options for overflow, routing, things of that nature. So not all customers are contact center, your traditional contact center customers. That's, I'd say, probably a big difference. Not everyone's a contact center, but they want some contact center type functionality. Maybe Stephanie or Sarah want to add to that as well, because that could also apply to the Business Unlimited platform as well.
No, I think that's a great point. Is kind of using this tool to think outside the box. Typically, when you think of contact center, you think call center and just a bunch of people in a room answering phones all day. But I think getting creative with the technology and the functionality and looking at every customer as an opportunity to use 1 or 2 of these licenses, even if it is in a smaller environment, to better manage and understand what their call traffic is coming into their teams of any size. Like you said, John, any shape, any form. There's not really a niche for this product. I have, gone through a lot of conversations with customers about again, kind of just getting creative with it and using it to their advantage in any environment.
Exactly. What other questions?
So there was a question about supervisors being able to listen in on a call or join in a call. So that is not a feature of Xima CCaaS, but we do have other products within the Business Unlimited suite that do offer that functionality. So it's really working closely with the team here, your sales rep, your sales engineer, to really understand exactly what the customer is looking for and right size them into the correct product. So for a lot of customers, like we said, getting creative with the Xima technology and using it to leverage their own business. But if the listening or being able to jump in on a call is on their top priority list, maybe we look at a different combination of products for that particular customer.
Excellent.
We do have just a quick poll if you do want more information, so I will send that out now. If you want to just click on if you'd like more information so we know if we need to contact anybody. And other than that, if there are no more questions, we just want to thank you guys again for joining us today, and thank you to John, Cabrin, and Stephanie for being here. And if you do end up thinking of something after we've signed off, please feel free to just shoot us an email, connect@northland.net. Other than that, we're all set. So everyone have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks all.